What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick, and I want to welcome you back for another album review. Today we're taking a look at this album, I should say, from History, the latest to accompany their kick-ass song titled Queen. And like at the beginning of the week, because History and Block B released their music on the same day or the same time, basically, it was between Block B and Queen and History on who I was going to do an album review for the week. I was trying to get it out earlier, but it just didn't happen. And just for the fact that Queen is such an amazingly good song, my favorite song of the week without a doubt, that is the reason why you're getting this History album review before Block B, because History killed it with the head-to-head for Block B as far as I'm concerned, and that's great. So let's get into the album review itself. We're going to talk about it a little bit, and then, basically, I guess, tell you how I would spend my money on this if I was going to spend anything on it. So, first off, like I said, Queen is a really, really good song. I like it. The chorus is fantastic. It's definitely different. It has a bit of edge to it as well, which is different from anything or from the previous song that I vaguely remember listening to from History, which was not something that I was particularly overly impressed by. I was like, it's a good song, it's just not anything amazing. But Queen is, in my opinion, a really amazing song. So I went with Queen, and I started this album with high expectations, and the beginning of the first song does not live up to expectations. I was like, this is not equal in quality to me as what Queen was. But since I'm doing an album review, I have to listen to the entire album, so I kept listening. And then halfway through the song, we kick in some EDM, dubstep, whatever sort of actual subgenre that is, beats in there and sound and the wubs and the stuff like that. I was like, what? I was not particularly paying super close attention to it, but then that kicked in and I was like, whoa, okay, so this song is saved now. I think that that right there was kind of the turning point for the album. It didn't start, the first, say, 90 seconds of the album was, in my opinion, not particularly the best way to, keep people engaged, because it sounded kind of cheesy in a way. But the last half of that song, the middle portion of that song, was killer, definitely caught my attention, and it is just equally as awesome as Queen. So definitely listen to that. If you listen to no other song on this album, the first song on this album definitely is worth listening to. Another thing that's worth mentioning for this, definitely worth mentioning, especially from what I consider or what I care about, and that is that this album has every single song on this album is different from the next. There's not a single song on here that is similar to any other. They are all vastly different. I mean, I'm not even kidding. They are very different songs. You've got Queen, which is a super edgy kind of hip hop kind of song. You've got, I don't even remember what the titles are, but you've got another song which is a solo vocals ballad song, which is so amazingly beautiful. That dude's voice is great. It's a shame I can't remember, and I didn't really write anything for this, but it's a really good song. I mean, there were you go from an extreme of that heavy, like I said, heavy, edgy, hip hop kind of song that Queen has, to something that is a soft and emotional and just beautiful sounding ballad. You've got that range, and you take it in steps through the 5 or 6 songs that are on there, which is crazy. And that is, for me, something that is very, very important. And if you listen to what I say, or if you've followed me for a decent amount of time, you know that I really like when groups do different things, or when they show that they're not afraid to do different things, and that they can actually take a different concept and sound for a song, and they can do it really, really well. History in this album has done it 5 separate times in the same album. This isn't the usual say 9 months between releasing a single or a mini album or anything like that. This is they've released something that, as far as Queen is concerned, is a promotion track, which is drastically different than than the one before that. And then they completely changed up their sound and style for the 4 or 5 remaining songs on this album, right? That's really great. That is really, really awesome. You know, what you generally get is an album that has a sort of theme to it, you know, and that's perfect. And you know, albums are supposed to have a theme, I think, and it's really crazy to think that this album doesn't have a specific theme. It's like, well, the theme is that we are, you know, diverse and able to do anything, and we are willing to do anything that we possibly can, just because we are that good at pulling it off effectively. And that's really, really great. That's a thing that I love. I mean, even no matter if your experimentation or just constant evolution means that you're going to be a popular group, because I don't think that it will in the long run for a lot of these groups, I really, really appreciate that, because it's like you're not finding the one thing that is going to be successful, but you're continuing to evolve and change, and it's great. It is really, really great. So, you know, overall, History, this album is great. Definitely something worth listening to, and it's going to be overlooked by a lot of people too, because History is not a group that has, you know, that prestige behind their name like a lot of other groups do. So, you know, whereas I get people who comment on my reaction video like, thank God that you made a reaction video for this, because there are not any major channels who have, you know, made a video for it. Then, you know, I mean, those people are missing out on a just kick-ass killer song. There's definitely, you know, I mean, we're halfway through the month. It's one of the most interesting songs of the month. This is one of the most interesting albums of the month so far, if not even the year. It's definitely up there. And I mean, that's heavy praise, honestly. I might be going a bit overboard, but like, this is how much I like this album. I like it a lot. So much that, of course, as you could probably already guess, my review or my, you know, score is that I'm definitely going to buy this. You know, financial limitations do, you know, mean that I'm not going to be able to do it immediately, but it definitely is going to be like at the top of my, you know, list of priorities on what to get. So that's really, really awesome. I mean, like, if History continues doing something like this, or even if they change drastically, I think that I'm a big fan of them from now on. And, you know, that's good. This album has made me a pretty, I guess, serious or a really big fan of History, and I cannot wait to hear what they come out with next and support them for their next comeback. So, oh, there you go. That's my really energetic and just super, super over the top positive review of this album. Like, I cannot say enough good things about about it. I mean, like, seriously, I cannot. Or maybe I've already said everything I possibly can in the ways that I can, but you know, that's the way it goes. So I want to know what you think of this album. If you haven't listened to it, you definitely need to listen to it and then come back and let me know down in the comments below or on social media. I've got Twitter and Facebook. You know, just search MW K-pop and you'll find me. I'm there. So that is going to be it for this video. As always, I'm going to thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. The way that I felt about it, that it just felt kind of evil, and you know, that's cool too. You know, it's a thing. It's whatever, right? And so finally, as I said, the choreography in the beginning of the music video caught my attention. I was expecting to see some sick dance moves, and we did. We didn't see a lot because